So because of what Sasha and Naomi did this past Monday night, they have been suspended indefinitely. And we will have a future tournament to crown the new WWE Women's Tag Team.
What's going on, YouTube? It's Insane Place to be. Chill, Mr. A&D. Better give you guys a Smackdown review for May 19th. No, May 20th, 2022. I'm trying to think the date. I'm getting my dates, so I mess up stuff like that. But look, so here's the deal. You guys already know. I'm not a big component of reviewing Raw Smackdowns anymore because they just shows have been sucky, and I had to go back and watch it. And this is what I was doing because I was just like, you know what? I'm going to hang out with my friends, check out the the playoffs and stuff like that I've been into, and then somebody sends me what Michael Cole said on SmackDown, and I was just like, let me go check out SmackDown. At least to highlight stuff like that if I might know this. So once again, just like Raw, this is not going to be a traditional review. I'll do some recap of stuff that I did see. The only things of importance, honestly, was the unifier of the tag team championships, which the UK already spoiled already. So you already kind of knew the results of it. And I thought Sami Zayn and Nakamura had a decent matchup and stuff like that. But obviously, it comes to what comes to with Naomi and Sasha, which, by the way, I'm repping right now today, because here's the thing. Michael came out and he was talking about what happened on Monday and how they let the whole WWE universe down, the whole WWE universe. And I there are people out there that do not agree with Sasha and Naomi, and they were let down. Okay, they ain't the whole universe, and I guarantee you ain't the majority of them. Be honest with you, fuck that. Okay, and basically he was caught there, buried them on TV. That's what Vince was telling him to do. And the whole thing makes you say, like, there has been since we did a thing over on the podcast on Monday, that our late podcast, and talked about it on the Raw review, there's been so much stuff that has come out since then that wait for this weekend for the next podcast, because we got more to say and more details to go over. But for this right here on SmackDown, it bothered me. It really did bother me. And then now they claiming they're going to have a tournament. A tournament usually at the smallest is 8 slots. That's 16 women. You're talking about, y'all don't even, they don't have a tournament for the tag team championships. Y'all barely had enough women to fill up a Royal Rumble. And now y'all going to do put together makeshift teams to try to find these champions when they were sitting there trying to put the championship to the championship and actually make themselves look like an actual team. Y'all give no shits about the tag team championships. Let them go. Let them go. And y'all want to sit there and it's just it bothered me. It angered me. Then if you go to WWE shop, you see this shirt I'm wearing right now? I knew it. I said, let me get my order in on Monday, because they're going to take all this stuff off the shop. And what do? You can't find Sasha Banks merch, Naomi merch at all. So if you want that stuff, I make sure I ordered it on that Monday. When it happened, I went right up there. I said, let me buy this. It came today. And I was just like, because this is how they're going to punish them. And Michael Cole has said they have been indefinitely suspended. They've been suspended. I don't know what the future holds. Everybody talk about, well, Sasha's going to AEW. That ain't the best option for Sasha, neither. Not the way they got things over there. But Tony Khan got so much talent on his hands, but he don't have the TV time like WWE has TV time. They got 3 hours of Raw. We don't need 3-hour Dynamites at all. But you got 3 hours of Raw, you got 2 hours of SmackDown, then you got 2 hours of NXT on Tuesdays. Then you got a level up, and you got these little small shows. Now, they got the Darker Elevation, but nobody watches those shows. It's like nobody watches Level Up or Main Event or anything like that neither. But you have 2 hours of Dynamite, and you only have an hour of Rampage, which is taped. Rampage is not even live. See, if Rampage was live, you had 2 hours of Rampage. Because I think Rampage does better when it's live. But once again, the time slot and all stuff is kind of funny. So right now, they can't do that. But he has so much talent to the point where you're going to have a problem trying to, shuffle it everywhere. So Sasha and them just going to AEW is not going to solve the problem. And WWE, I don't think they want to lose Sasha and Naomi, but right now they pissed, they mad. It's like, they kind of embarrassed them on TV, and what they're doing is lashing out and want to embarrass them as well, and dragging them to the mud just like they did to Stone Cold, because they whether y'all want to admit it or not, they give a shit about them. And when I say give a shit about them, like, Oh my God, they don't give a shit. They're money makers, okay? Fans enjoy Sasha and Naomi, okay? And when they won the titles, people were really behind them. They was really pushing this thing. The people are behind them. They personally don't care about them, but it helps them make money. So when somebody gotta make their money, they kind of care because they didn't drag Toni Storm's name through the mud like this. Not that I can remember when she walked out and walked over to AEW. So that kind of stuff bothers me. So it's going to be, there's so many reports are going on, and then now the reports of the contracts about to be expired between Sasha Banks and Naomi. So you don't know what's going to happen. You really don't know what's going to happen. And you talk about all this unprofessionalism all you want to. People, look, it is what it is. Subconsciously, we are here to act this way. And, unfortunately, it sucks. All right? But WWE has been unprofessional all the time. Okay, I'm not saying advocate for being unprofessional, but I'm saying, but let me tell you something. I'm standing with these women because it's about time somebody stand up to WWE because this is a problem. This is going to be a problem, and they think it to book anything and get away with it, and this spoon feed is bullshit. WWE has been spoon feeding this bullshit for, I guess I would say, the past 6-7 years. Like, longer than that. And it's just been getting worse and worse and worse every single year. And now, this has been the top story where nobody's cared about the real shows. What happened on the shows? They had a tag team unification matchup, which is already spoiled, and the Usos going to win this one. And you didn't even had to get spoiled to know the Usos were going to win this one. I thought the match was pretty good. They had like a little injury spot for Riddle, he bruised. They say he bruised his hip type thing, but the match kept on going. He's going for a superplex. Roman Reigns held his cousin's leg, and then they hit the Uso splash and they won. Then afterwards they destroyed them. They put him through the table. They were showing the fans all in the crowd, the kids all crying and stuff like that, and they destroyed RK Bro. So that's the way the show ended. Nakamura and Sami Zayn had a pretty decent matchup. Nakamura won that one. Gunther and Drew Gulak had a match. Gunther won. The Ricochet came out and said it. So I don't know if Gunther and Ricochet is the next program going to happen. Raquel Gonzalez beat returning Shotzi. And I was just like, oh, snap. Shotzi's back? Well, no matter. She's losing. And Ronda Rousey was not on the show probably because of the plans. Because there was supposed to be plans that Naomi was supposed to win on Raw. And then Shotzi was supposed to do something to set up a match between her and Ronda. And then Naomi goes up against Bianca and Hell in a Cell. And then they both lose. And we talked about that on Raw. Like, how is that a plan? How does that do anything for your tag team championships? Now you want to have a tournament at a future date when you have no teams. You have no teams. You don't have 8. It's all women thrown together. That's 16 women. Y'all don't even use 16 women a week. And then you still got to find people to go up against the championship. So all the women you see now, from Xia Li, barely, and then Raquel Gonzalez and Shotzi, and Dana Brooke and Tamina and all them stuff like that. Don't get to, nobody's going to care. The story is not going to have no life to it. Sasha and Naomi, they can't wear a name. They can't wear. Look, if you look on their social media before all this shit happened, people were really getting behind them as tag team champions. And they was really trying to. It looked like Sasha and Naomi was trying to do like, let's build it back up to where me and Bayley was trying to do it at. But no, they didn't. And it sucked. It really does suck. And like I said, SmackDown was not nothing noteworthy tonight, other than the unification of the tag team championships. Oh, and then LA Knight is up there as a new name, as a manager. Like, we need LA Knight as a manager type thing. No, we don't. We need him in the ring. This is the problem. And it gets me upset by that. And I was like, I'm glad I didn't sit there and watch those 2 hours of SmackDown. I went back and watched the YouTube highlights and stuff like that, and heard the shit that Michael Cole said. So look, honestly, from what I seen, SmackDown was not that great of a show. Other than, like I said, I enjoyed the unification stuff, because the match, and then of course Roman, they're heels now. But once again, they have all the belts now. Basically, nobody gives a damn about the mid-card belts, the Intercontinental United States. They don't care about them. Everything is on Roman. Everything's on the bloodline right now. That's all where it's going right now. So it's like, it's predictable and stuff like that. But it is what it is. But that whole Sasha and Naomi stuff, and I know Michael Fed was fed there. You gotta look at how Pat McAfee was looking when Michael was saying that kind of stuff, to the point he was just like, I'm glad I ain't gotta say this shit. Because it's like, what? Really? Let everybody down? Really? Okay. Like, you only get one half show. They're smearing their names. And I don't like that. I really don't. Excuse me. But I'm not going to say it because I'm going to save all my rant for the podcast. But I said, let me just do a little quick SmackDown review. Post your comments down below. How you guys feeling about it? How you feel about the Bloodline having all the championships? We all have opinions. Post down in the comments down below. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my review. Hit the subscribe button for more WWE content and the podcast right here on NC Studios. Once again, it's NC and Place to Be. Children Train Mr. A&D and Nerd Coalition is out.